I need you to be brave.
Tired of horror movies that promise scares but barely make you flinch? You're not alone.
Went through to get here.
We've dug deep across Netflix, Prime, Hulu, AMC Plus, and more to uncover the 10 best horror films streaming right now. And trust us, these aren't your average jump scare fests. From psychological mind-benders to blood-soaked chaos, these picks combine fresh releases and underrated gems, all ranked to keep your next horror night terrifyingly good. Let's dive in. Number 10, The Ritual, streaming on Netflix.
What the fuck is that? Fucking hell, we don't know where we are!
A brooding descent into primal fear, The Ritual follows 4 friends who take a memorial hiking trip through the dense, haunting forests of Sweden, only to encounter something ancient, godlike, and deadly. Directed by David Bruckner and based on the novel by Adam Neville, the film blends psychological horror with Norse mythology and cult terror. The cinematography is chilling, with mist-soaked trees, strange symbols carved into bark, and a monster design that's both original and unforgettable. While some critics called it familiar, others praised its atmosphere and emotional weight. Anchored by a strong performance from Rafe Spall, The Ritual doesn't rely on cheap jumps. It creeps under your skin with existential horror and primal isolation. If you're into slow-burn, forest-set nightmares with a mythic twist, this one's a must-stream. Number 9, His House, streaming on Netflix.
This is my house! This is my house! My house!
His House is a haunted house story unlike anything you've seen before, because the ghosts aren't just supernatural. Directed by Remy Weeks, this psychological horror thriller follows a South Sudanese refugee couple adjusting to life in England after escaping war, only to find something sinister lurking in their new home. As eerie sounds and ghostly visions plague their nights, buried trauma and survivors' guilt haunt them even more. Wunmi Mosaku and Sope Dirisu deliver powerful performances that ground the terror in emotional truth, while the design of the Apeth, a terrifying night witch, is pure nightmare fuel. With a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, His House blends horror and social commentary into something bold, emotional, and deeply unsettling. It's not just about what's in the walls, it's about what you carry with you. An unforgettable, slow-burning scare. Number 8, The Sadness, streaming on AMC Plus. Brutal, unrelenting, and not for the faint of heart, The Sadness is a Taiwanese body horror film that cranks the gore to 11. Directed by Rob Jabaz in his shocking debut, it follows a young couple trying to reunite as a virus sweeps across Taipei, turning victims into homicidal sadists with zero impulse control. What starts as chaos quickly becomes a blood-soaked nightmare of depravity, filmed with slick cinematography and savage practical effects. Inspired by Garth Ennis's Crossed, this is horror pushed to its most extreme edge. Behind the carnage lies a grim allegory about societal breakdown and loss of control. While it's intensely graphic and controversial, horror fans looking for pure shock and adrenaline will find The Sadness unforgettable. This isn't just a movie, it's a full-on descent into madness. Number 7, Byzantium, streaming on AMC Plus.
Told your little boyfriend all about us, haven't you? No!
Forget everything you know about vampires. Byzantium brings something entirely different. Directed by Neil Jordan, known for Interview with the Vampire, this gothic horror drama follows a mother-daughter vampire duo hiding in a rundown seaside hotel. Gemma Arterton plays the fiercely protective Clara, while Saoirse Ronan brings haunting vulnerability to Eleanor, a centuries-old teenager longing for connection. Through rich flashbacks and lush visuals, the film unpacks themes of immortality, exploitation, and feminine rage, taking a deep dive into the monstrous and the maternal. It's slower, more meditative than your average vampire flick, but drenched in melancholy and elegance. While not packed with jump scares, Byzantium is all about mood, myth, and meaning. If you want your horror with depth, atmosphere, and feminist edge, this one is a brooding, bloody gem waiting to be rediscovered. Number 6. Speak No Evil, streaming on Prime Video.
Hera, you're neither predator nor prey.
A family getaway turns into a waking nightmare in Speak No Evil, a tense psychological horror that hits deep. This American remake stars James McAvoy in one of his most chilling roles to date, playing a charming yet sinister host whose polite hospitality quickly unravels. A visiting couple and their daughter accept a seemingly innocent invitation to a remote countryside home, only to discover their hosts harbor dark, violent secrets. What begins with social discomfort escalates into full-blown terror, expertly building dread from awkward silence to bloody climax. The tension is relentless, with uncomfortable realism and emotional manipulation that makes your skin crawl. If you're into slow-burn horror with a gut-punch payoff, this one will leave you rattled long after the credits roll. Number 5. Run, streaming on Hulu. If you love your horror laced with psychological tension and claustrophobic dread, Run delivers in spades. This thriller stars Sarah Paulson as a devoted single mother whose care seems a little too perfect and a lot too controlling. Her daughter, played by breakout Kira Allen, begins to suspect that her life isn't what it seems, uncovering secrets that spiral into a desperate fight for survival. With shades of Misery and The Act, Run grips you from the first minute and refuses to let go. It's a nerve-shredding tale of gaslighting, manipulation, and the terrifying bond between mother and child. Tightly paced and brilliantly acted, it's a perfect pick for fans of smart, grounded horror that hits close to home. Don't be surprised if you find yourself holding your breath. Number 4. Oddity, streaming on Hulu.
This is not real.
Oddity is a chilling slow burn that blends folk horror with supernatural suspense, and it's absolutely unnerving. The film follows a blind psychic, Darcy, who runs a curio shop filled with haunted relics. Still grieving the murder of her twin sister, she becomes convinced the killer is someone closer than anyone suspects. But the real standout? A life-sized wooden golem, silently watching and maybe moving inside the house. With its eerie atmosphere and tension that creeps up your spine, Oddity is a fresh take on grief-driven horror that earns its scares through dread, not cheap tricks. Beautifully shot in rural Ireland and packed with creeping unease, it's a film that builds toward a final shot so perfect, you'll be thinking about it long after. If you like your horror smart, stylish, and deeply unsettling, this is for you. Number 3. Late Night with the Devil, streaming on Hulu.
You're about to see. You okay, Jack?
Set during a Halloween 1977 live broadcast of a fictional late-night show, Late Night with the Devil is a gripping and brilliantly crafted blend of found footage horror and 1970s television satire. David Dastmalchian delivers a career-best performance as Jack Delroy, a struggling talk show host who invites occult guests, including a possessed girl, to boost ratings. What unfolds is a slow unraveling of supernatural chaos, personal guilt, and a dark Faustian secret. Using grainy visuals, eerie sound design, and vintage talk show aesthetics, the film creates a hauntingly authentic experience that escalates to a blood-soaked finale. With clever writing, chilling tension, and a killer last shot, this is a must-watch for fans of analog horror, The Exorcist, and horror with a brain. Stylish, spooky, and unforgettable. Number 2. Heretic, streaming on Max.
We just need to go home.
Heretic is a masterclass in slow burn dread and philosophical horror, following 2 young Mormon missionaries trapped in a psychological nightmare by a deranged recluse, a devilishly sinister Hugh Grant. What begins as a faith-based conversation turns into a twisted game of belief, control, and deception. With unnerving precision, the film challenges viewers to confront uncomfortable questions about religion, free will, and the desire to dominate others. The tension escalates with every scene, as the lines between spiritual conviction and psychological manipulation blur. Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East are magnetic, and Grant's against-type performance is as chilling as it is Oscar-worthy. Rich with symbolism, shocking twists, and real emotional stakes, Heretic blends cerebral horror with visceral thrills, an A24 gem that's as thought-provoking as it is terrifying. Number 1. Strange Darling, streaming on Paramount+.
That's right.
J.T. Molner's Strange Darling isn't just a film, it's a razor-sharp, genre-smashing mind trip. Shot on stunning 35mm and structured in a non-linear 6-chapter narrative, it tells the twisted tale of a cat-and-mouse encounter between a man and woman that spirals into a deadly, blood-soaked psychological duel. Willa Fitzgerald delivers a fearless, career-defining performance as the so-called Electric Lady, while Kyle Gallner is chilling as her enigmatic counterpart. Every chapter recontextualizes what came before, blurring victim and villain until your grip on the truth is completely unmoored. With echoes of Gone Girl and No Country for Old Men, Strange Darling flips horror thriller tropes on their heads with wild style, breakneck editing, and one jaw-dropping reveal after another. It's dark, sexy, brutal, and absolutely unforgettable. And that's a wrap on today's countdown. From chilling atmospheres to heart-pounding horror, these picks are perfect for your next scream-worthy movie night. If any of these titles sent a shiver down your spine, make sure to like the video so you can easily come back to the list when you're ready for your next scare. Think we missed a horror gem that deserves the spotlight? Drop it in the comments. We're always digging up the next nightmare fuel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.